We want to have a discussion on the state of the nation, and of course this is on newspaper review, talking about what is shaping conversations currently in the country. I am joined by Joshua Onsarigo, who is the CEO BA Connect, and I'm also joined by very own Ojwang sorry, I'm also joined by very own Ojwang Mariam. I don't know if we should still be calling him our very own, because he's the author Believe Become and an aspirant member of County Assembly, Kawa West Ward. Allow me have the guests introduce themselves to you. Let me begin with you, John.
Manzi unapo kwa whether you are on mahali umeenda kunyongo hivi, hata mimi nimenyongwa mpaka imesikika. I'm one of your own. Amwezi nipinga mama nikatae. This morning I'm so grateful to be working with what we are re-editing. We said this is not just a book. It is a masterpiece called Believe Become, talking about the power of believing in yourself. Mimi ni kijana wa ghetto, and now I have a voice, and this voice is on paper. It's an accomplishment, I believe, that will inspire the world, especially people who are coming from the slums, youths who are trying to make it, people who are living with different disabilities like myself. And as I get to office, because I believe ni time ya vijana 2027, walai bilai ni must. We've risked even bullet tukienda kwa maandamano. Saizi we wanna risk ballot, na tukiingia hapo hivyo junajua mtaniombea, si ndio Joshua? Nikikuwa MCA Kahawa West sitawasahau. Asante sana.
All right, thank you so much, Joshua.
Good morning, everyone. Joshua Onsarigo and the CEO and founder of BA Connect organization, and also the president of Unexus Connect platform, which is our initiative of the organization. And logically, we are here to champion for youth and also to make sure that youth are heard and are respected. That's the most important thing.
All right. I'd love for you to hold your mic close to you. But what is BA Connect?
BA Connect organization is an organization that we started because we saw there's a large, because the main reason why we started is to bridge the gap between education and professional growth. Because there's a very huge gap between the education, the graduates, and the market, and also other institutions. Logically, BA Connect is just the bridge, the main bridge for everything. We bridge all the youths, young people, graduates, and everyone. Institution, organization. We bring together opportunities from different institution, organization, government. Yeah, that's why actually we came up with the Unexus Connect platform, which connects different universities, tertiary institutions, and colleges, where we come up now with creating the national platform for youth, because we believe in that universities, colleges, and campuses should not stay as one. Should not stay like we belong to UN only, because we have been even having those nini that were online of UN fighting KU nini. So we, as the organization, we are coming up with that platform so that we can ensure that university stay as one thing. And when we come to Unexus, we ensure that you are not from KU, you are not from JKUAT, you are in as a comrade, you are in as a student. We create national platform to ensure that when students go out there, they are not only those people who have talents, those people who have different abilities, they are seen, they are heard by different people out there. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting. Very interesting to note. Let's get to the state of the nation. The Standard is talking about inside the conclave. Of course, that is the political gambit with Rigathi Gachagua. We have the Daily Nation talking about salaries crisis in 21 counties. Now, I know Homa Bay must be in the list. No offense. Unacheka na kicheko chako ni cha kejeli. We also have they start talking about fertilizer subsidy inside states. 32 million bags in 4 seasons. We also have opposition now demands answers from IEBC on polls. Court throws out man's 10 million Java House photo claim, and Kisumu succession rests. hits up as hopefuls who voters. Let's just begin. We are 350 days to the next election, and it is boiling politically. The opposition are now coming together to form, to have one candidate. And all of them are saying that, I am fit to be a presidential candidate. Gachagua says, I played a big role to bring this government into power. It is hurting Kenyans. I am playing a bigger role to send it home come 10th August 2027 on the ballot. He also says that he's not just a kingmaker, he's also a king. So what do you think about, what do you make of this race, opposition race, to have our united candidate or united flag bearer, one flag bearer for that matter? Last week I was asking the question, are they wasting time or are they strategic?
Thank you so much. I want to address unity as something that we really need to embrace, all of us. It doesn't matter if you are in united opposition or you are in government. I have been able or advantageous of living double life, living life as a guy from the slums. So I interact with people from the slums to date. For example, if Soweto are having to help Mr. and Miss Sowe, they know just of Ojwang Mariam as an MC, meaning I have to go back there to give back. I also come interact with children of the haves, people like Joshua, people like Sylvia. I get to interact with everyone in this country from Nairobi as a metropolitan.
The haves.
The haves and the haves not. Nyinyi vijana, nyinyi ni matajiri, nakaga hapo nikikana nyinyi nasikia mkombele sana, because I see I can compare you with people from my community and how they are yearning even to get to the steps that you have been able to be in. To get to KU, for us it's a dream. That's why my book is entitled From the Slums to a World-Class University, because to them it's something huge. These people are united until when a politician comes into their world. It is a lesson, unity. It is a lesson that needs to be retaught to Kenyans of goodwill, because last year or early this year, we had by-elections in all Kalau. And we said as Kenyans that we have learned about the shift or the political shift of the campaign financing of what they are calling all Kalualing. That is eating money, enjoying all these benefits, but voting with your heart. We are still witnessing other places zenye ziko kwa gazeti zenye bado development ni shida, salaries pia kwa wazijapeanwa. When people went there, we witnessed some kind of violence in the name of Gunism. I'm so sad about what I saw in Homa Bay. The other day, we saw Rigiji going to Emurwa Dikir. There was no violence, there were no guns, everything was peaceful. So when we are talking about unity, it's not about opposition alone. It is a need to everyone. Because the youths of places like Homa Bay, they were supposed to demand for something better. We are seeing youths being paraded from Nandi who are being able to get to do pass outs as police officers, but we are seeing youths in the Lake region being used as goons in this day and age. It is very sad. So the united opposition, it is not that they are not united. It is because kila mtu ni G, including President Ruto. Kila mtu ukijisikia we ni G, unajisalimisha, unasema mimi nataka rais. But mwenye amekalia ni moja. Na wenye wanataka ni wengi. Time haijafika yao waseme ni sawa. Kila mtu ameachilia ambition. Because that time is coming. And a lot of people are waiting for that time, including myself. The 55 days, the conclave that my party leader, H.E. Rigiji, is talking about, showed a lot of discomfort from Kenyans. And he's saying, ata yametosha mboga. The Linda Mwananchi, they are struggling right now to register a party for their own son, Omwami. Ikifika hapo hata yeye ako kwa debe, utapata kuna shift kubwa sana. Because mtu kama mimi manze, in this day and age yenye nasema it's a time for youths to win, ndakuwa nasimama nyuma ya Sifuna. lakini sitasema mimi ndio Sifuna. Ndakuwa nasimama nyuma ya Sifuna, ni msupport for presidency for the purpose of unity. I'm coming from a different community, but I believe we need to engage ideas and ideologies.
Okay, Joshua, what do you make of this?
Firstly, as a person who is more advocating for youth empowerment and for national recognition for youth, we have had a biggest challenge for youth representation in leadership, which is a very critical issue that youth are very marginalized. They don't have a say in. Actually, if you come to look at how many youths are in different positions, there's that stereotyping that youths cannot do this, cannot do this. I think the perfect solution for this is that we have to stand up for the youths. For me personally, for the opposition and what they are planning and everything, and what Sir Rick just said, that is enough to vie for presidency, I really think that we should look this thing from a perspective of that if he's going to vie for the presidency, how are youths going to be put in place to be part of his leadership? Because everyone right now is fighting for, oh, I want to be the deputy, that's the opposition right now. Right now, because I heard that everyone is being told, go and do your own zoning, then come back, we'll talk. Actually, that's going to be a very big challenge in Kenya when the time comes, because when Omwami, Mr. Sifuna is going to register the party, we're going to have a very critical issue, because if you hear a lot of people communicate, youths want to vote for Sifuna, but they say that, but it chances out when we are going to have that now, who is going now to, when they are going to merge the opposition and come together, we are going obviously to have at least the discussion, and then maybe you might find out that Rick is the president, maybe Sifuna is there, or vice versa. It all actually, it might be strategic, or it might ruin them at the same time, because more youths will prefer to vote for Sifuna rather than Rigathi Gachagua. So I think they should be now more strategic, as much as this from the perspective of Rigathi Gachagua. This is not the perspective of the whole opposition, because we can't say this is just a part of the opposition, because we have Jubilee, we have Rigathi Gachagua, we have the Linda Mwananchi and other party of Kalonzo and etc. So I think as much as they are being strategic, they want to, he's a leader and he wants to be the president, he should also large time, as a big time, address the issue of youths and how, and also I know the conclave that the 55 days and everything. I hope that there is a way out is going to address that issue, because that's a very critical issue, and is going a lot of youths. You saw what happened in 2024 during that financial bill. A lot of people who are killed, those are youths. Sometimes we can say that we the same thing, not the killing or something, but that kind of mobilization, enthusiasm from youths will be shown next year. Mm-hmm. You will know who are youths and what they are going to do. Because if you see whatever is happening in the country, the marginalizing, Nini, even the story of the TSC or something, youth not being given work or something, that's really bad. So I think as much as the opposition, they want to come up with a team and a leader who's going for presidency and deputy presidency, they make sure that they address the issues of the youths being involved in larger positions, not small positions. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Now that you are talking about unity and involving the youth and all this, what then should be the criteria or the standard or the measure in which we should be having this united candidate or the opposition candidate for that matter? Because if we look at it, I might like Sifuna, but I might not like Kalonzo. So, but if they form a team, that means that Kalonzo's ideologies, I'll have to entertain them, because for some reasons they have to meet at a common ground. So in your opinion, what do you think should be the criteria for them to be selecting or electing, whichever criteria they'll be using? I hear Matiang'i saying a scientific method of coming up with a presidential candidate, because all these people have different ideologies. I might like Matiang'i, but I don't like Gachagua. I might like Gachagua, but then I don't like Kalonzo. So how does this go about?
So actually, this is going to be a challenge. The way I said, coming up with a team, because this is not like the one that will happen with NASA, the one that Raila came up with that team. You understand? Last time during NASA, Raila was the main person people liked. Like there was no another option to be for presidency. It was just natural or something. So right now we have different political parties. Yeah. When you're seated here, you're having that Kalonzo's people are pushing him to be president. As from Kisii, we are pushing Matiang'i. From Lima, they are pushing Rigathi. Mwami na yeye pia anapushiwa. So we are having that issue, and the best part they can do to at least the zoning part. You know, we cannot say, for example, youths love, let me just be out of the, youths love, for example, Sifuna. But where is the largest number of votes coming from? The Mount Kenya region. So they should also look at the zoning and the areas where votes come from most, because you cannot say that you're going to take a 1.2 million votes from Ukambani and leave the 6-point-something million votes from Mrima. You have to look at those perspectives mostly about the votes. As much as we'll be differing with ideologies, we'll have to bend to those ideologies of those people so that we can find good leadership. Because either way, if I say that we are going to take the presidency to be the one that we love as youths, you know, for example, if we take Sifuna to be the president, yeah, that's okay. But now what happens to the Mount Kenya region? Yeah, for example, now the court has cleared Rigathi to vie. What happens to the Mount Kenya region? Okay. So because even Rigathi has his own ways, because yesterday stood and said that I'm enough. So what happens to that? There will be a lot of wrangles. But I really think they should look at that, the regions which can give the largest amount and compromise all their political and know that they explain it. Although it will bring issues, but at least they be able to sit down and have a talk down and talk to their supporters. Also that this is why we are doing this and this, to make sure that this is happening, rather than saying these we are one term or we are this and this. Yeah.
Okay. Now, Ojwang, with all this in mind, because we always advocate not voting for political parties but voting for individuals who you think are going to, make changes. But then again, there is the work of the whip to whip votes whenever a bill comes in and all that. So, truthfully speaking, you might not come away from the ideologies of a party or the interest of the party or the party leader for that matter. And you're having a case where we're having different leaders with different ideas, different interests with what they want with the government, with, everything that they look for in the name of power. So, in your opinion, what does beyond 2027, beyond the 10th, beyond the swearing in look like when you have all these people having different ideologies, different beliefs? Because if we had one powerful person, that person might turn all these people to his will. But right now we have all these people who all of them consider themselves powerful. It's like being in a relationship with a career woman who earns more than you. So how does beyond 2027 look like?
I believe we have a roadmap. The good thing with Kenya is that Kenya is a planned country. This is what I mean. In 2008, we got to launch the Vision 2030. And the Vision 2030 is encompassed on the 17 SDGs that we have. These Sustainable Development Goals are a proponent of United Nations. So tunakwaga tumeplan hapo hivyo, ndio maana nasikiga akisema you cannot live beyond your dreams. So we already have dreams, and that's why right now they are trying to bring on a conversation of beyond Vision 2030, which is bigger than 2027. 2027 is just an election. It's just changing of government. Changing of government should not interfere with our way of living. It should just be a change of guard. Then the office, the system should be the same. You will find out that in civilized countries like the United States, the lack of a senator does not affect anything. In that state, if the system is working rightly. The united opposition is trying to ensure now that they have someone who has the goodwill to ensure that such plans are ongoing as per the rule of law, as per our Constitution of Kenya 2010. That is why people are not fighting the vision beyond Vision 2030. They are fighting the proponent, the person who is bringing the conversation, because they're saying the person does not have goodwill. So it's not about the conversation. These people are being guided by the Constitution of Kenya that says if you have an ideology today as Sylvia Anyango and you feel this ideology is unique, you are free to register a party. And that is what Ndindi Nyoro did with the People's Party of Kenya. It doesn't matter the way he is being beaten right, left and center. Everywhere that there is a tree and the tree has fruits, there must be boys throwing stones. So if hata mimi leo ningekuwa empowered enough, nafaa pia mimi nikuwe na chama changu na chiamini. But we have that limitation of things like resources, the luxury of time. There is a time that will be there. There's a month to elections that you cannot register a party. That is why the likes of Sifuna, Orengo and Babu are rushing against time to make sure that their party on their ideology is registered. Now, how do we ensure that your ideology combines with my ideology and combines with your ideology so that we can get one presidential candidate? It is simple. In 2022, if you look at the manifesto that was being offered by Right Honorable Baba Odinga, was around the same with what was being offered by the chief hustler then President Ruto, called the plan. The differences zilikuwa kidogo sana. Unasikia hii kwa side ya baba vijana kuna 6k kila mtu shwa. Hii side nyingine unasikia wamecombine the hustler hii ya wheelbarrow, wameleta ile ya Amani National Congress, na wao walikuwa wanasema pesa mfukoni. So unapata wamekuja wameleta mpaka hustler fund to try and do what baba was doing. Our manifestos karibu sote ziko around the same. What we need ni to identify who is a David between us to face a Goliath. And this Goliath is not a fool because he was elected by people. Aliiba kura. Kuiba kura inamaanisha wewe ni mjanja juu umeiba kura against the system. So mwenye anaenda kutolewa si fala. So wanatafuta mtu mjanja. Hicho ni kitu cha kwanza. Kuna the power of numbers yenye tunaonyeshwa na Ipsos na Tifa wakisema huyu ndio candidate mwenye nakubalika. Hiyo ni kitu kingine. Matiang'i anaitaga scientific, lakini hawataki kuielezea scientific ni nini. Scientific iko na popularity, scientific iko pia na public trust. Have you been in a certain office? How did you behave? Wewe uko fiti kuliko hiyo Goliath mwenye tunataka kutoa. Juu Goliath inasemekana yeye amerarua katiba right, left and center na goodwill. Kuna time watu walikuwa wanasema that if given a priority kati ya Rais Ruto na mbuzi 2027 watachagua mbuzi. Kwa nini? Walikuwa na feel mbuzi iko na goodwill. So hawa watu wacheni wapewe time. Kama ni wa DCP wacha wasukume kiongozi wao. Kama ni wale wa Wiper Patriotic Front, sasa wameanza kujituma. Kalonzo Musyoka alikuwa anapigwa sana that anangoja tu apewe. Sasa amefanya some important signings. We can see people like Jamli kama wako pale upande wa Pwani anajaribu kulock with the likes of Aisha Jumwa. Pia Jichopevu ameingia kwa hicho chama hapo hivyo. Upande ule mwingine wa kina Omwami, we are getting to see sahi for the very first time a presidential candidate kutoka 202 ndo mara ya mwisho tulikuwaga na candidate kutoka kwa jamii ya Wakisii mwenye ako strong anabeba hii kitu. Alikuwa anaitwa Simeon Nyechai, but sahi wako na daktari anaitwa Fred Matiang'i. Lakini ikifika hapa lazima tutashukisha ego tuchukue mmoja. Side nyingine ya kina Omwami Waluya, for the very first time since 202 wako na chance ya kukuwa na kingpin. Na wao wanasema they have a chance. Either watoe presidential candidate 2027 ama wangoje the Musalia and the Weta 2032 na wale bado ni wazee. Ina time yenye tunasema ati kuna awakenings, wewe ndio umesema. So vijana wako woko wanajua ni time yao. Okay. Sisi vijana tunahitaji tukue wa kweli. Mimi najiomba vijana tukue wa kweli. Juu utasikia vijana huku support vijana, but usiku unasikia vijana wana support Oburu Odinga. Wanasema ati yeye ni kijana.
Youth leader.
Ati yeye ni youth leader. Yaani wameshindwa kujilead, wanataka walidiwe hivyo hivyo. So tukue wa kweli.
All right, now this brings me to the questions about njaa ya vijana. We've had several young leaders in the country upcoming, and all of them that have shown interest in leading the country or moving the country forward have been accused of being sponsored or being a mall or being, a project or being, such names. Sifuna is accused of being Uhuru's project. Ndindi is accused of being President William Ruto's project. Morara was accused of being Ruto's project. So we have all of them being accused of being a project. The Standard on page 6 are talking of Uhuru defying critics as Ruto allies question his political role in 2027. So based on this, and also we have yesterday, Ndindi Nyoro spoke defending the former president, saying that his name itoke kwa midomo ya watu. The same page 6, they're talking of Nyoro hits back against claims he's secretly working with Ruto. So this is a matter of projects. What do you make of this, Joshua, where there has to be accusations, whether it's true or false? What do you make of it?
Firstly, I really think it's politics. You have to say something to win something, and you have to play the game of politics the way they are. I think that's one of the strategies of trying to turn, for example, like Sifuna. Is that person who came up, he has risen in politics this year like a storm, yeah, and he has really touched a lot of people out here. And then to make sure that that wave, it have to somebody else that there's them. You have to attack, because you cannot attack the person directly. Mm-hmm. For example, you have they know you said about, he knows that that person is a machine when it comes to the western region. So you cannot attack the Umwami directly. You just have to attack another person to say that that other person is the one that is sponsoring them. That's actually causing they're trying to cause different ideologies for people to see. For example, they're trying to cause the tribal politics to act like this person came from Mount Kenya, is supporting the Western people. That this person doesn't have the will for the Western people, he has the will for the mountain people. That is being sponsored by a tycoon, that is Uhuru, from the Murima, that is going now, when he will be elected, now he'll be here to support the Murima people, not the Western people. So that's politics, and there are logically a lot of people have been accused. Not only those, a lot of people have been accused, and I don't really think that there's somebody who is sponsoring, because we have been seeing all these rallies that have been going around with Linda Mwananchi collecting money, even that portal of collecting money, a lot of money. And if they are being sponsored, what is the big problem with that? If somebody has seen that they want to support Ojwang to vie and be an MC and an MCA, so what is the problem with that? Yeah. So for me, I don't really see any problem with anyone being accused with anything. I understand that people are on the edge now of the emotions of politics. But all these youths, Morara, he was that person who came out publicly as a youth to show us different things that are happening that are left projects. But Alifinyo, alifinywa story ikaisha hivyo, akarudi, ndio huyo amerudi Kisii, ameenda kuvaa. So, and you have seen that he has changed. Logical right now is supporting Jubilee. So we can't really say that there is somebody who's supporting somebody. And if there is somebody who's supporting somebody, they have seen some potential in you. They have seen that we have bad leadership. They have seen that we need new leadership. We need new flesh blood to run the government. And as for me, as I said, a person who is advocating for youth empowerment and youth representation in leadership, let people sponsored. Let them be sponsored. Deal that coming publicly and somebody is supporting somebody. No, that's not. If Uhuru comes out and says that somebody and giving the money, it's his money. It's nobody's money. He never stole from anybody. Always known that the Jomo Kenyatta family has been, yeah. So let youths come out, not fear that they are marginalized or be told or be accused of being supported by being a project of somebody. Latest scandal has been this of yeah, actually, yeah, having issues. Yeah, not that I doubt him, but see, the last this the other time he was supposed to financial bill. He then came back and arrest me. So let's accuse of it. Let them be supported by anybody that will fund, because if somebody believes in you, this policy will the different parties work for the budget for options that as it doesn't end up anything. So the left east Adams ASAP, because you is in hands to be nini. So there's these people out here who are tycoons, who have money, business people. They still they come out and say that we are seeing potential in these youths. We are going to support them. Mm-hmm. So I don't see any bad thing with that. Let anyone who wants to support anyone support them. Yeah, because even the current government, it has its own supporters. Okay. I find us from outside. Yeah.
Okay. Ojwang, as we conclude on that political beat, what then should we be looking for? Because we Joshua is telling us that whoever is supporting you is not the problem. So what are we looking for? Because I normally believe that whoever feeds you controls you. So if I am supported by Ojwang, that means that I have to do as Ojwang wishes. So what are we looking for?
First of all, there is the factor of you'll always be beaten by narratives. Coming from the background of media, and I know narratives will always be there and they shape something. Myself, I've been beaten with narratives, and I've been saying that you can rise above all those limitations, and that's where belief comes in. Why I'm seeing these things are happening today. Ndindi Nyoro is first being discussed as one of the best MPs in the country. But when he gets the audacity to register a party, he changes now from that to being a mole. Though the rumors of him being a mole were always there. There are even times that it was said that he was going to marry Charlene. We hear Charlene has been married by a Tanzanian. There are a lot of things. People will always talk. When Sifuna was now breaking now from being a caterpillar to the butterfly he is becoming, he was being told that this is still ODM, because Linda Mwananchi is still ODM. It's a faction of ODM where they brought in Linda Mwananchi and Linda Ground, and then they started branding Linda Ground as Linda Tumbo. So watu wa Linda Ground wakaanza kuacha hiyo narrative, but the narrative of Linda Mwananchi ikapanda. when he was an SG wa baba, he was being glorified right, left and center. Right now anaambiwa hana hata experience. This guy has experience. He vied for an MCA seat. Alianguka kwa nomination hata kufika kwa debe. He vied for senator seat 2017. Hakuweza kumanage bado. 2022 ndiye alishinda. So anajua kushinda election, anajua kufail election. Unaona? So akona hiyo experience yenye inahitajika, lakini kupigwa atapigwa tu. Nani anampiga? There are those who are being funded by RSF. There are those being funded by IMF. But saa hii tunapiga wenye tunasikia tu wanafundiwa na Wakenya wenzetu. I think I would love that more. Wacha watu fund. Why? Because kila mtu akona say. Democracy, you see, is a game of trying to champion for equality of figures, where the majority will always have their way and the minority will always have their say. Ndio maana huwa wana insist that hata kama ni mambo ya gender na gender roles, 2/3 one gender, ingine agenda ingine. Kama ni inclusion ya PWD, 5% must be set aside. Kama ni inclusion ya youth, 30% must be set aside. Juu as the majority are having their way, the minority must have their say. So kila mtu akona say. Whether alisimama akakuwa rais na akakuwa retired, akona say kwa hii nchi. Bado ni nchi yake hadi ile siku yenye ataaga. So kama hawezi simama aseme nitasponsor mtu, we are not supposed to be fighting him. We are supposed to be, hata sisi basi tuchangie vinye wale wengine wanachanga. I was overwhelmed kuona watu wanatokea wanarusha 10. Unaweka 10 kwa bucket upatie mtu badala ya ununue njugu. That is the politics that is rising. That is the politics that we are seeking. In fact, mimi nasema leo live on TV, mimi kijana mwenye ni mjanja tena zaidi na nimetoka ghetto. In fact, mimi ni author. Kama wewe hapo nje ni sponsor, unatafuta kusponsor vijana wanoma kisiasa, ndio huyo mimi mtoto wa Mariam ni sponsor. Juu kuongea watu wataongea.
Okay. I want to get your sentiments on the management of counties. Like I mentioned earlier that I just knew Homa Bay will be there.
Homa Bay iko number 4, top 4.
No, it's written according to alphabet. It's an alphabetical order.
Lazima iwe top 4.
Okay. Now, they're saying that county employees have not been paid for the past 2 months following standoff between county governments and the control of budget. On budget approvals. That story is on page 4 and 5 of the Daily Nation. There is always problem when it comes to counties giving out their monies. We had a report that Kiambu County is really doing, Wamatangi is really doing good in terms of investment and getting extra shilling for the county. I don't know if Kiambu is here. It is not here. So Kiambu is doing quite okay when it comes to payment of its workers. But then, the reason why I'm mentioning Homa Bay so much because I come from the county and I have relatives who work for the county and they complain a lot. So it is a crisis in it is a crisis in Homa Bay County. So what do you make and the standoff? Because is it about 2 weeks ago with TSP Woodley that Sakaja is really doing very bad in terms of management of the county, finances and all that. So is it a problem of management of money? Because there's also a problem of budget approvals. You can't approve a budget when the previous budget was wrongly spent or was ilifujwa, mali ilifujwa, Kiswahili kimekuja. It was embezzled for that matter. So what do you make of this crisis in the country? Are we moving to the right direction? Was devolution a mistake? Should we go back to having a central government where the government controls everything and we go back to Majimbo and stuff? Is devolution failing, Joshua?
Devolution is not failing. We are failing as the nation. Because you logically can see, is Kisii County there?
You guys are here, number 7.
Oh. So, devolution is not failing. We are failing. Actually, we have leaders who are failing. Because the allocation is done. There's nothing that... Because you cannot say that Kiambu County is allocated. Yao inapatiwa 10 bob. Zingine zinapatiwa 5 bob or something. They're always given a certain amount depending on the people it has in that county. Actually, I've just seen Homa Bay there, and it's a very, very funny irony because and they previously have been fighting people out here, killing people out here because of the need. That is the irony that I'm really wondering, because such kind of such kind of counties which are in government, I think they're the one which supposed to kukula vizuri, maziwa inaekwa mzuri. So we have leaders who are failing, and we have leaders who have, because I was looking at a certain story that whereby we have a lot of people. There's a certain story way back that a person, it was a certain county, that from the head uko juu ni family members till uko chini. So people with those family members prioritize the county or prioritize the family? See, they will be saying we are here 5 years only. We are here to make for the family, for the long term, watoto wetu na kila mtu. So we are logically having this. Governments, governors, other governors are sleeping by the way at work. Yeah, another county is Kisii County. Not bad to say about it, because it's my county where I come from, and I'm really shocked it's there. Our governor, most of the counties there, and the broad, others are not. Most of them, even the governments are not there. So it was at which that the government and the government we need new leadership. We need to work, and yet they are not doing anything. You cannot, the way you said, you cannot be allocated. You don't have the clear records of how money was. Is that uphold their own and prioritize people. A lot of corruption in government, which really need to be addressed. So put things and integrate, so that we can have clear of money goes, so that each county, because there is new that in other counties.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know yes, sana, and by congratulate COB, control of budget, Margaret Nyakambo, because she's a face of accountability. What is transparent, especially with the governors, this money to pay people, show us this person has umesikia pale hivyo where size wanasema game ya line madere, wewe ni unapata ghost workers wengi, so anaambia kama wewe ni simama kwa gari yako, so that when you know who you are paying. Or sasa idea nyingine ya hawa watu wenye tunaita governors ni ile kitu tunaita good will, because there is no way mimi kama governor to workers hawajalipwa, yet every other time tuna make pesa. When we are talking about at number 50 in terms of county na inequality rate kwa hapa na boda tunaona salve kitu through thing watengeneze, but bado wanachukua revenue. So kwa nini pesa zinachukuliwa na pesa hazipatikani? Ni juu ya goodwill. Kama makosa ni goodwill, hatuwezi ekelea haya makosa on devolution, because in fact devolution ni hiyo majimbo izimu unasema. In fact county, jina la county kwa Kiswahili ni gatuzi, kama si gatuzi ni majimbo. Hayo majimbo ndo tulikuwa tunapigania. If we did not have devolution, kuna places mingi sana saizi hata barabara haingekuwa imefika hata moja, especially in the north na kule chini upande wa pwani. But this devolution inafanya kuna ka county kanaweza angukia kakuwe na governor akona goodwill na wafanye mambo smart sana. People like in Murang'a, people like who are living in Kiambu, vitu zinafanyika, unaona. So ni a matter of us, when we are going to elect someone, we remember article number 3 ya katiba ya Kenya yenye inakuwekea wewe responsibility ya kudefend constitution and to uphold it. Hiyo county iko pale hivyo, inafaa iheshimiwe, inafaa iprotectiwe. Ni sisi tunafaa tuulize kwa nini watu wetu hawalipwi, kwa nini hatuoni development. Si ati county ama devolution haiwork atuchukue tuitupe. No, we should not be killers, we should be creators.
Okay. Final remarks in less than a minute.
Nusema asante sana kwa show siku ya leo, imekuwa tamu sana. Naendelea kumarket book yangu, in fact hata ningekuomba through wewe na kikosi kizima tupange show nikuje niambie watu kuhusu Believe Become. I am now selling 230 pages of myself. Nikisema mimi ni kijana wa ghetto na leo sikai ghetto, inamaanisha I'm a child of resilience, kuonyesha watu kujiamini tu inaweza kukusaidia. Hii inchi sisi kama vijana tuko na jukumu la kuensure tunaweka inclusivity, tunaleta uongozi wenye ni accountable na tunafanya maendeleo endelevu ama sustainable development. When we are doing that, I am at the center ya kusukuma youth inclusion, kwa sababu vijana tumekataa kuwa kwa meza kama chakula ama menu, tunataka kupanga na kugawa kichele.
Okay.
Tumechoka kuwa guns.
We are the change. As we are the change, and we are the where we want ourselves to see ourselves as youths, we have to place ourselves there. So as youths, let's make sure that let's tusibonge sana. Kubonga ni mingi tuko nayo online. Let's come, let's uphold the constitution, let us do the right thing. I really think as I'm advocating for youth empowerment, let's make sure that youths are given the first priority in any government that is coming. So, final remarks. Thank you for hosting me today. I would love to invite everyone to be part of our UNEXUS Connect platform, which is the different national platform for my organization. And we are here to ensure that every youth, if you have a talent, if you have anything that you have to showcase, kindly, you can register. We have our website, that is UNEXUS Connect platform.co.ke. And make sure that be part of it, and let us build this, ensure that every youth, they are empowered and they are respected and they add. More importantly, I'm also welcoming you, the host and everyone, to come to, we have on November on 6th, we have the UNEXUS Gala Awards, Season 1, 2026. Welcome all, let's empower. Everyone is invited.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for making time for us. That has been Joshua Onsarigo and Vincent Ojwang